hotel. Currently, I am not in my house. After a 10-hour road trip to Los Angeles yesterday, I'm gonna go see my favorite band, My Chemical Romance, in concert in an hour. I'm gonna eat a little pasta to go and then start getting ready. So I'll be so honest with you guys, I am feeling a bunch of like nervous, excited energy right now that's mostly spinning into anxiety because I haven't been to a concert like this before. The only real concert I've been to was Water Parks, my other favorite band, and that was at like a really small venue in my hometown, and this is at Dodger Stadium. So that's a little nerve-wracking, plus it's much louder than what Water Parks likely was. But people are nice, seeing a lot of fellow My Chem fans here in the lobby of this hotel. Someone was literally decked out fully as the Black Parader album logo. And so that was insane. Like bedazzled Black Parade uniform, white skeleton makeup, like insane. Seeing a lot of 3 Cheers shirts as well, so it's gonna be a fun time. The main thing I'm nervous about is just other people. But I know that My Chem people are like, despite appearances, like very soft, quiet, like artsy kids that are shy for the most part. And this is just where they're like feel at home. And so like in videos and stuff, it seems like they're very straightforward, normal people. And so is the band. And I've seen videos of the band actually stopping the concert when people are unsafe or in danger. So I feel like it's gonna be a good crowd. One of my dad's work friends went with his kids recently and they had a blast, so I'm excited. I love that I actually get to say in the summer I was taken to see the Black Parade, if you know, you know, and that my father took me into the city to see an emo band with my mother. My favorite album is definitely Black Parade, but don't get me wrong, despite appearances, I know every word to every song in their discography. And I'm talking deep cuts too. Someone Out There Loves You, Black Dragon Fighting Society, Emily. Like, I am prepared for whatever the B-sides during the second half may be. Because all I know, I've tried to avoid spoilers as much as possible, but all I know is that this is a more theatrical production. They do the entirety of Black Parade in order, which is so cool because back in 2008, they said that they would never perform it in sequence again. And now they're making a comeback right when I'm like a fan, so that's awesome. And I've heard that it's more theatrical where they have actors and dancers and characters who get assassinated during the show, and like an opera singer who does something tells me it's not going to be opera as an interlude, and then like an act 2 that will be hits from their other albums like 3 Cheers and Bullets and Danger Days and other B-sides. Like they played Heaven Help Us at the last concert, so I'm so excited. I don't know if they'll switch up what songs they do during that set or if it's like the same ones, because the last tour they did was different ones every time, so I'm really excited. The thing I love about My Chemical Romance is I feel like through Jesus, their music helped me to grow a little bit more in my spirituality, because it wasn't until I started listening to their music that I started contemplating like the afterlife, that kind of thing. But as someone who's raised in a Christian household, I was analyzing it from a theological perspective, and I was hearing about them writing the Black Parade album in the Paramore Mansion, which is supposedly haunted, and I don't believe in ghosts or anything. And I was explaining that to my parents, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it wasn't actually haunted. But that's when my parents told me, like, you realize, but that could be spiritual warfare that was happening. That is biblical. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. Sorry if there are sirens in the distance. We're like a couple blocks away from Skid Row. We may have accidentally wandered into Skid Row earlier without knowing it, and we're fine. Everything is safe. We're good. So I feel like there's so many songs of theirs that in my mind have such Christian messages to them. Because it's artistic, it's open to interpretation like that. A lot of it is about life and death and choosing to live. And a lot of their songs reference light and being the light in the darkness And after being in the darkness for a long time, finding that light, and for me, that's how I view my relationship with Christ. And so that's why their music means so much to me, even though it seems so out of character. I'm literally walking around Skid Row wearing this, Consider the Wildflowers, with a Bible verse on my sleeve. Smiling at people who are like holding guns with bulletproof vests, protecting drug cartels and stuff. I kid you not. We didn't know that's who they were. We thought they were policemen. My mom and I are oblivious. And we were just like, but hey, they're God's children too, aren't they? Yeah, I'm really excited because my chem played a small piece in my spiritual journey with Christ. And through their music ever since, I'm able to connect it to my relationship with Christ. And unlike other artists of mine, which I love, they're the only artist that I feel is a secular artist that I can like very clearly make a connection to my spiritual life. And so the eyeliner is coming on. I feel like an absolute dweebus. I feel like a cool kid. No, I feel like a goody two-shoes trying to be an emo hipster kid, especially with the parties.
I'm glad it was pink.
But I unironically have a My Chem shirt, so this is the biggest eyeliner.
I'm going as an undercover cop. Yep.
We're not gonna die or anything.
No.
We're fine. We're safe. It'll be fine. Cool parents!
Oh, man.
Get in
This
here.
doesn't seem right. There seems like they're too down. They need some up.
Dad trying to do
Don't they
eyeliner.
need some up?
He's putting eyeliner on, guys.
I'm doing a very good job, and he's getting
Give me
no help.
Give me a shot to remember. Ba-da-da-da.
Oh, undercover cop.
Represent.
Yes.
Represent.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Welcome to the Black Widow. That looks like them. That's crazy. He said, son, when you grow up, will you be the savior of the broken, the beaten and the damned? He said, will you defeat them, the demons, and all the non-believers, the plans that they have made? Because one day I'll leave you a phantom to lead you in the sun. It's like this song in a black the savior of the broken, the beaten and the damned.
Abrupt changes in lighting and visual elements that some individuals may find unsettling. This includes, but is not limited to, depictions of harrowing circumstances, expressions of finality, and matters of a corporeal and judicial nature. Excuse me. Individuals of a sensitive disposition, or anyone with known medical conditions that may be exacerbated by sensory stimulation or emotionally intense content, are strongly encouraged to exercise discretion. Attendance and continued presence shall be construed and acknowledged of this notice and acceptance of all posterior discomfort, emotional or otherwise. No liability is assumed for distress incurred by proximity, audibility, or line of sight. One more part. All persons are reminded to remain within designated viewing areas, to refrain from physical interference, and to comply with the instructions of authorized personnel at all times. Oh. Hot dog! delicious, no? Well, what does the grand immortal dictator think of this delicious hot dog? It's good, yes? Yes, I is looking good. Yes, thank you very much. I would try it myself. It's good, yes? This is the part of the show, of the performance of the Black Parade, where it's either an execution or an election, but I've started to call it an execution. Everybody in the whole place, someplace. Everybody in the whole place, someplace. Everybody in the whole place, someplace. Feeling quite well. I've got a secret. We've got a song. Slim as a sliver. Not very long. And if you like it, blow us a kiss. It's near a star. It goes like this. A dagger, please fetch me a dagger. A tooth for my treason of steam. A delicate matter, yes, trust me, a dagger is just what this plan was needs. We'll burn his depositors cause it must see. You can't see my head with the sun in your eye. The feeling of sadness, trust me, I think just like your park in the fall. We'd laugh and we pointed the ball. With tears in our eyes, we collapse on the grass and death be the song of the sun. This war is the same as all I do. Marianne! Everybody say hi! Marianne! Wave to all of the beautiful people of Los Angeles, Pennsylvania. People of LA, you're gonna help us count her in. It's very easy to follow, you know? It's very easy. Are you ready? I said 1, 2, 1. or dead. 'Cause I see you lying next to me, with words I thought I'd never speak. Awake. Are you ready? Are you ready? That sinners respect. Now from the laughter trust mixing with the lust. You might wake up and notice you're someone enough. If you look in the mirror and don't like what you see, you can find out firsthand what it's like to be me. So gather round, piggies, and kiss this goodbye. I'd encourage your smile, they'll expect you won't cry.
It's actually been a few weeks since the concert. Side note, probably the last vlog you're gonna see of me at my house because I moved back on campus in 2 days. So And my mommy and I got tour merch. I was waiting in line with her for the longest time, and then the show was like about to start, so we figured let's split up. I find our seats with my dad, and then my mommy stands in line and gets me the shirt so that I don't miss the performance. Thanks, mommy. She's also the one who recorded the entire freaking concert, so thanks, mommy, love you. And I got to see Gerard Way in person. For those of you who don't know, he is my celebrity crush. Is he closer in age to my parents than me? Yes. Is he happily married and has a child that's closer in age to me? Yep, but no one's celebrity crush is realistic, so you know what? Forget about it. Anyway, he was phenomenal. Mikey was phenomenal. Ray was freaking phenomenal. Frank is Frank. And it was just a great show. Actually, I journaled about it. Do you guys like my drawings? Can you tell I like Gerard Way a little bit? That did him no justice. Hashtag I'm sorry, Gerard. For our B-sides, we got some gems. We got a lot of Danger Days songs, which was awesome. And also, I was at the night that we got an unreleased, never before heard My Chemical Romance song. I was not processing what was happening. I was one of the first people to hear a My Chem song for the first time. That was crazy. That was the one song that no one was singing along to, and everyone was just like seated and like watching in awe and taking in every word. But that was really special. And some of the lyrics in War Beneath the Rain were so beautiful. And like I said, I felt like the concert was so special to me because My Chem is my favorite band, because their lyrics very plainly reflect how I view a spiritual life with Christ. Some great examples, as you saw me getting really emo and also very off-key ? During Famous Last Words. That's one of my favorite My Chem songs of all time. Famous Last Words is a song that Gerard, the lead singer, wrote for his brother Mikey, who at the time was depressed and wanting to leave the band because he was having suicidal thoughts. And Gerard had already overcome a battle with depression and suicide, which spurred him to create the band. He wrote this song about when they were staying, like I mentioned earlier in the video, at the Paramore Mansion during the creation of Black Parade. And Mikey would have these like probably demonic influenced nightmares, and he would sneak into his older brother's room and like spend the night with him because he couldn't sleep. And he was having all these suicidal thoughts probably because they were staying in a place that was infested with demons. And Gerard would wake up in the middle of the night and see his little brother struggling, and in his sleep like could see the torment he was going through. And that's when he wrote the line, "I see you lying next to me with words I thought I'd never speak, awake and unafraid, asleep or dead." And it was so, it's just so touching. And I feel like that's how Jesus views all of his kids who have strayed. And I feel like that's how Jesus feels looking down at the earth that he died for. Also wanted to insert the lyric, "I am not afraid to keep on living. I am not afraid to walk this world alone." In the words of Gerard, people are so afraid to die that they never really live. And that's something I was listening to a Christian podcast lately, Girls Gone Bible, and they were talking about how it's that fear that keeps people from really living their lives for Christ. When Christ already conquered death, he literally died on the cross so that we don't have to face eternal death. We don't have to face that anymore because he's conquered it. And that's the same message that My Chem shares. And I think that's why subconsciously that band means so much to me. I just find, because a lot of My Chem songs are about their own personal battles with depression and how they've overcome it, and now they're able to sing those songs with more joy and whimsy, knowing that they've overcome it in a stadium full of people while exploding clowns on stage, ? I felt like I got to do the same thing because I would blast this music in my earbuds walking around public high school before I switched to homeschooling because I felt like no one understood what I was going through. And that's what a lot of My Chemical Romance fans feel. And it was just really cool to get to experience that in a sea of people who have very similar connections to the music. But it was special for me knowing that I also got to like full on belt out songs that I connect with my relationship with Christ. And I felt like I was at that concert with Christ. Now that he was like a closer buddy of mine now than he was when I first discovered the band. Like, everyone has their thing that's like an aha moment in their relationship with Christ. I feel like part of that trickle effect for me was listening to the band and hearing certain lyrics that would make me contemplate, from a Christian perspective, spiritual things like, oh, that's a way that spiritual warfare can manifest itself in my mind. I went from growing up being a scaredy cat kid who had a lot of constant nightmares and stuff that, in retrospect, probably were thoughts placed there by demons, and that are, now I haven't had nightmares. I can't even remember the last time. Yeah. And I'm like, whoa, God really healed my imagination from the darkness it was in, same way he did for this band. And getting to scream, sing along to lyrics like, I'm not afraid to keep on living, I'm not afraid to walk this world alone. Nothing you can say can stop me going home. Also, please listen to the song The World is Ugly by My Chem. That is like the most blatantly Christian song, I think, of their entire discography. The chorus is, I just wanted you to know that the world is ugly, but you're beautiful to me. And that is, again, I just picture Jesus saying that to all of his children, and it just makes me so teary. And like how I was saying, I was discovering My Chem when I was in high school and felt like no one really understood the spiritual warfare and like dark thoughts I was experiencing. I would like dissociate by listening to their music and feeling solace in like knowing that someone out there understood what I was struggling with and grappling with. And that would always make me think of specifically their song Summertime. They have a lyric that says, turn my headphones up real loud. I don't think I need them now because you stopped the noise. And that's how I felt at this concert. That's how I feel in real life now. And so that line makes me emotional. And so there's just so many really powerful songs like that. So if you're into that more meaningful music, listen to My Chemical Romance, I beg of you. I could go on forever. Kids from Yesterday, literally my senior quote, the lyric in the hook is, you only live forever in the lights you make. And again, that's how I feel like that's what we're called to do as Christians as well. Is like, we live forever in the lights we make, and we live forever with Jesus in heaven as well. And also, we got to hear Summertime live. That's where I was going with that. This is a longer clip than I thought. Oh well. So I was there night one of the Los Angeles performance, where we got War Beneath the Rain, the unreleased song, I'm Not Okay, classic, iconic. Give 'em hell, kid. Summertime, Destroy Ya, I started cracking up because my parents were there. Na Na Na, Thank You for the Venom, Vampires Will Never Hurt You, and Boy Division. I love Boy Division. And Helena, of course. So yeah, it was a really great, fun show. I hope you enjoyed this little vlog, with the exception of the really, really distant camera work. And I hope you enjoyed my off-pitch scream belting to famous last words. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
It was pretty quick, but I don't remember how long ago it was, but it was before the band broke up. We had a studio in North Hollywood, and we were making a record that never came out, and this is one of the songs we really love from it. And it was just us in the studio with our friend Doug McKean. He was there recording it. His family's here tonight. I want this to go out to them. The song is called The War Beneath the Rain. to the last.